Hi there, I'm Angela. Welcome to the channel or welcome back. Today I'm going to take a peek into the veggie garden to see how everything fared when we had a big Arctic blast come through this past weekend. If that sounds interesting to you, then stay tuned. So we actually had snow that kind of came this past weekend, early to mid-November, which is really rare for our area. We usually never get snow that early. And it wasn't a ton of snow. It added up to maybe a half of an inch. And by the end of the day, most of it had pretty much melted away. But it did cover whatever veggies I have remaining still in ground in the garden, which are beets and radishes. And this is only my second year growing beets and radishes. And last year I had them all harvested before we had any snow or bad weather come through. So I'm curious to see how they did. And I'm not even sure if they were ready to be harvested to begin with. So I'm not sure. I'm going to take a look today. So I have them in this raised bed here. There are also a lot of like very embarrassing weeds in this bed too, because as the weather's gotten colder, I really haven't been out here as much to kind of get it weeded. So hopefully that hasn't caused too much of an issue for my things growing in the ground. And let's see. So these are some beets here. These are boro beets. And I think that this one is actually pretty ready to be harvested anyway because it's already kind of coming out of the ground. So let's take a look at that. Yeah, it's kind of small, but it's definitely a beet. I'm gonna kind of go through the row here and see. This one's very small. I'm not sure, like if I leave these here, will they continue to get larger or not? I just don't know. I think last year when I grew these, I kind of harvested them all as soon as I saw them kind of poking up out of the ground like that. I'm not sure. I'm going to have to look that up because I don't know like the exact right thing to do. These are beets as well. They're called bull's blood, I guess as evidence, at least by the color of the foliage. So they are starting to push up out of the ground. I'm going to leave them and see how they do. You can see all my weeds here. And I think since it's pretty nice out here today, I might stick around and weed this bed, which I should have been on top of, but I wasn't. And these beets and radishes are really the only things that I still have left in as far as food, in the garden to be harvested. And here I've got a bunch of radishes. This is not a radish. This is a flowering plant called a honeywort that kind of volunteered this year, but most of these other things are radishes. I can see the leaves are looking a little wilty. Oh wait, what have we got here? I see one. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that is ready. Oh yeah, that looks pretty good. And I don't recall if I even put like a label out here. Yeah, I did. These are champion variety. And I've actually seen a couple more that look like they're ready. Oh, these are looking great. And the funny thing is that I really don't even care for radishes like raw because they have such a bite to them. Looks like something might have started chewing on that one. But I have heard that if you roast them, that they're delicious. The flavor just really changes. So I think I'm going to try that and maybe roast them with the beets. It sounds really good. I'm not seeing too many others that are ready, or at least, that are pushing up out of the ground like those were. So I'll probably stop with everything left in the ground here and kind of leave that. And then on the other side of this bed. These are watermelon radishes. Let's see what we can find here. And I'm not really seeing any that are kind of pushing up out of the ground. And I guess that indicates that they're ready. So I'm afraid to kind of force it. And I'm pretty sure, I don't know, but that beets and radishes can really tolerate some cold weather. So I'm going to leave all the rest of these in. And I did get a few. Yeah, I got a nice, about maybe 6 of them. So that's pretty good. So right after it snowed, the marigolds and the zinnias, which were my flowers that were left going, were still looking pretty good. And they are still alive, but I can tell that they're, I think that the cold weather really hit them because they're not as lush as they were. The leaves are kind of wilty. I was surprised that they held out through all, the cold nights that we've had so far, but they were really holding up. And then I guess it got so low over the weekend that it just kind of did them in. Along with everything else. That's pretty much all I wanted to share with you today. And as far as anything remaining, like left to do in the garden for this month, at least for me, would just be kind of keep my eyes on the seed companies to see when they're having sales and see if there's anything that I need or want to restock or replenish. And until next time, thanks so much for watching. Bye.